Hi guys, welcome to a new video, Hypersensitivity. In this video I am going to talk about hypersensitivity and its how many types of hypersensitivity. Hypersensitivity reaction are an overreaction of an immune system to an antigen which would not normally trigger an immune response. Hypersensitivity has some signs and symptoms. They are as follows. Signs and symptoms of acute, subacute, and chronic hypersensitivity pneumonitis may include flu-like illness, including fever, chills, muscle and joint pain, headache, rales, cough, chronic bronchitis, shortness of breathing, anorexia or weight loss, fatigue, fibrosis of lungs, and cramping of fingers and toes. Hypersensitivity has been traditionally classified into immediate and delayed types based on the time required for the sensitized host to develop clinical reactions on re-exposure to the antigen. Here you guys see that hypersensitivity classified into two, immediate and delay. And for immediate symptoms are manifested within minutes or hours after exposure. It means it's a acute symptoms, acute response. And immediate sensitivity can classified by two. One is antibody mediated, another one is antigen mediated. Antibody mediated, for those immunoglobulin are responsible in antibody mediated, they're IgE mediated and IgG and IgM mediated. And IgG mediated immunoglobulin is associated with the antigen mediated antigen antibody reaction mediated response. And for the delay, this is the T cell mediated response, which is symptoms are manifested within days after exposure, is a one type of chronic response. Later, J. and Combs proposed a classification scheme with defined four types of hypersensitivity reaction. There types of hypersensitivity. Type 1 hypersensitivity. It is also known as TPA. It means allergic, anaphylaxis and atopy. Next one is type 2 hypersensitivity, which is generally called cytolytic or cytotoxics, which is antibody dependent. And type 3 hypersensitivity is immunocomplex reaction. And type 4 hypersensitivity is delay type which is cell mediated hypersensitivity. Only I focused on this video on the type 1 hypersensitivity. Type 1 hypersensitivity is also known as allergic reaction, is induced by antigen referred to as allergen. The term allergen refers specifically to non-parasitic antigens capable of stimulating type 1 hypersensitive response. Type 1 hypersensitivity reactions are IgE mediated humoral antibody responses. This IgE, it means immunoglobulin E mediate reactions are stimulated by IgE via Fc region of antibodies to high affinity IgE specific Fc receptor expressed on mast cell. If you see the picture, you can relate with my explanation. So this high affinity of IgE specific Fc receptor expressed on mast cell and basophils, and when cross-linked by antigen, the IgE antibody triggered the mast cell and basophil release primary mediators, vasoactive amines, and stored in the granules, which is called the degranulation. The most significant primary mediators are histamine, protease, eosinophil, chemotactic factor, neutrophil chemotactic factor, and heparin. You can see another picture which is the mechanism is involved in the hypersensitivity type 1. So this mediator caused all normal consequences of an acute inflammatory reaction. This acute inflammatory reaction are as follows, which may be increased vascular permeability, smooth muscle contractions, granulocytes, chemotaxis, and extravanation. And now mast cell activation via Fc. It means Fc regions of the IgE antibody also leads to the productions of two other types of mediators. This is called the second mediators. Unlike stored granules, contents must be synthesized de novo. You know that nucleotides synthesized by two pathways. One is de novo, another one is salvage pathway. So here the stored granules contents must be synthesized de novo and comprise arachidonic acid derivatives, which are prostaglandins and leucoferrins, and other platelet activating factors, some bradykinin and various cytokines. And this picture is the mechanism involved in the hypersensitivity 1. And this type 1 hypersensitivity can be anaphylaxis or atopy. This anaphylaxis is very rapid, life-threatening, severe whole body allergic reaction. It is caused by re-exposure to a previously encountered antigen. It may be immunogenic or non-immunogenic. And in the case of immunogenic, here either non-IgE involved in the immunogenic reaction or IgE involved. When bird products ADCC, which is antibody dependent cell mediated cytotoxicity, DARCs, dextran, immunocomplexes, which are allergic reaction are present in the body, then non-IgE are involved. And if affected by food, insect venoms, latex, some dogs, those are IgE. It means type 1 hypersensitivity is mediated by IgE antibody mediated responses. And in the case of non-immunogenic, it's maybe physical, some example of physical changes which responsible for exercise and cold weather, and others are responsible to create anaphylaxis in a body of individual. And in the case of atopy, atopy is a hereditary tendency to develop allergic reaction to substances such as pollen, food, insect venom, etc. This atopy also called the atopic allergy. So in this video I discussed about the hypersensitivity type 1 reaction, and also I discussed the what is hypersensitivity and the mechanism of type 1 hypersensitivity reactions. Hope this video will help you to understand the mechanism and if you like this video, if you like this video, please share with your friends, and don't forget to press the bell icon, because in our next video we will come with hypersensitivity type 2 reaction. Thank you.